Yo, haha, Miltnificent.
What is good, YouTube? Your boy Miltnificent coming back with another quick video today, man. We got the shock drop here for the Air Jordan 3 Black Cements. Now, this is the first Air Jordan 3 Black Cement on the Miltnificent channel, so your boy is very, very excited. However, I did notice some things about the pairs, and I'm pretty sure that if you got your early pair, at least a shock drop pair of the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement, you either did or did not see certain factory flaws. But with that said and done, man, before we get in the shoe, a little bit of history on this. The Air Jordan 3 Black Cement did drop in 1988. Mr. Michael Jordan himself wore it in the NBA All-Star game, where I think he dropped about 40 points. And even in that same year, 1988, he won Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. The shoe dropped again in 1994, kind of re-retroed, and then again in 2001. And then, if I'm not mistaken, it came out in 2008, re-retroed again in 2011. People didn't like the 2011 pair as much just because of the whole Nike Air not being on the heel tab, kind of featured the Jordan logo. And then it retroed again in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And then finally, we have the 2024 pair. Now, I will say this, when it comes to the elephant print, although I don't have the 2018 Black Cement pair, some people were saying that the elephant print that's featured on the Black Cement 3s, at least the 2024 version, is a little bit lighter. As a matter of fact, here's a picture of all the Air Jordan 3 Black Cements that released, and you can see that this year is definitely the elephant print is the lightest. But that didn't run me away. Again, a chance for me to get the Black Cement 3s. I never had it before, ever in my lineup. So if you didn't have it before, this would probably be your best bet. If you have the 2018 version, you'll notice that the black elephant print, at least the elephant print on the fire red 3s is what I have to substitute everything for, but it looks closer to this. So your boy Miltnificent, man, let's find out about the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement. That's, not mistaken, supposed to drop next week. I want to say November 25th or the 23rd, but I'll have it right here. So this is a size 13 from the shock drop, and this is supposed to be catered towards the original version back in 1988. And if I'm not mistaken, one other thing about the shoe on the Air Jordan 3 is that they gave it more of a slope on the 2024 version, where this is the Air Jordan 3 Tinker Hatfield version, where it was more rounded back in 2018, or kind of have, I want to say square rounded, but it definitely didn't have that slope. So with that said and done, man, let me get this. You got the Air Jordan 3 box right here with the cement on the bottom. And, ooh, okay. Now, this is what I wanted to see. This came with the small pamphlet or the book. I didn't have this last time. I forgot what shoe. I want to say it was the Fire Red 3s that also should have had this. But basically just outlining the design, the structural design of the Air Jordan 3. And of course, the Air Jordan 3 model, if it wasn't for Tinker Hatfield's first modeled Air Jordan Retro, and if it wasn't for that shoe, Jordan possibly could have left Nike altogether. After the Air Jordan 1 and 2, he was looking for something different with Nike. And of course, Tinker Hatfield to the rescue. So Tinker Hatfield single-handedly saved Nike and Air Jordan from making a departure, if that makes sense. So, of course, you got the black cement paper. I do like this. And, ooh, man, my first pair. Yes. Let's take a look at this bad boy. We got the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement on the Miltnificent channel. Your boy is excited. So, you will see, let me put this down here, you'll see a picture of this right here, which basically just, again, outlines the whole tech design of the actual Air Jordan 3. And of course, real quick, I'll go through the whole thing. Starts off with the upper. This is leather, and some people are saying that the leather is but I get it. You got to understand that this is one of those pairs where Nike made an abundance amount of pairs, so I don't expect the leather to be like top quality notch, at least not what we got from the Air Jordan 3, the album and year. I feel like this Air Jordan 3 had the best quality in terms of materials, especially the upper, the leather. It is the most plush Air Jordan 3 that I've had in my lineup, and I'll even put it up against the Air Jordan 3 Tinker that I had. I think this was 2018 when that dropped. So you can see that it talks about the sock liner. Now, the sock liner that is inside this, for those that may or may not know, it doesn't have that polyurethane insert. It does feature, if I'm not mistaken, and you'll see a video right here. This is a, yeah, I can feel it already. This is a Dream Cell insert. So it's not polyurethane like you would normally see with your typical Jordan Retro 3s. I don't know if that bothers some people. Some people prefer one or the other. So just take that with a grain of salt with this year. And I think this is actually the first Air Jordan 3 black cement to have the whole Dream Cell insert. So, you know, again, beggars can't be choosers. But let me put that down here. Of course, it does have the heel, of course, the heel and the forefit air unit that you see. It's kind of right here on the display, but again, I'll have a picture right here displayed so you can see what I'm talking about. And then it talks about the whole midsole, at least the frame unit itself. It says polyurethane that you can see right here with the visible air unit, and the rubber outsole with the, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a centered, I think they called it the center of pressure. So center of pressure on the outsole, which is rubber, which is right here. Your forefoot, you're going to be right here. As soon as you put pressure on it, this was the whole design to help absorb that pressure as you're putting impact on the actual shoe. I felt the overall quality was good to a certain point. Again, it's an Air Jordan 3. You're going to see right here, you'll see the pressure points as I'm going kind of pointing at the toe box of the Air Jordan 3, and I think it's the Fire Red 3s side by side, or maybe the Alma Mayer 3. So you can see the difference in terms of leather quality. It's not that bad, but it's one of those things. And that's what I was saying about the whole cement, where you can see a noticeable difference in terms of the quality, where if you look at the Fire Red 3, just imagine that this is the Air Jordan 3 2018 black cement, where this is darker and this is lighter. I actually prefer this. I actually do prefer this. And of course, you look on the back, they do feature the whole Nike Air on the tab, and it does have the whittle peak towards the toe box, for anybody knows, on both sides. Now, I'm going to say that to say this. I do like the originality. I love the slope and the design of the actual 2024 pair. And of course, they do give you that Nike Air tag that does hang. But in terms of the, forgive me, in terms of the flaws, there are some noticeable flaws, and I'm not sure how many people caught on to this, but it was something that I was kind of like just looking at originally like, this is interesting. I'm not sure how many people got their shock drop pairs yet, but if you do, take a look at this picture right here. This is the Fire Red 3 towards the heel where the Nike Air is kind of showing, and you'll notice that it's kind of usually the left pair and the right pair of Air Jordans, they're manufactured in different locations. So, but they try to get the tech specs and everything and the engineering kind of the same. So if you're looking at the Fire Red 3 heel tab on both the left and right, you see like there are some similarities and maybe a little bit off, but it's pretty on point, right? When you look at this year's Air Jordan 3 black cement pairs, I don't think it's going to be every single pair, but I just noticed this on my pair. You're going to notice that the right side of this picture, you'll see that it's more so of like a slope on the hill, but it's more like a cone shape. And then when you look on the left side, it's more rounded. And it's a noticeable difference. Trust me, you can see that. That was the first flaw that I saw. The second flaw I saw, which was the Jordan logo on the actual tongue, which is also leather. And what you're going to notice, if you look closely, you may not think anything of it, but look at his arm as he's out kind of stretching, because one side looks like he's on steroids and the other side looks like he's anorexic. I don't know what happened. That's why you saw me laughing earlier. I don't know what happened. This is the first Air Jordan Retro pair where I had a noticeable difference between the logo of the Jumpman logo on the tongue. It's like, and it's not like it's like, okay, we have to squint and look. It's just like when you look at it directly, that was the first time I've seen something like that in terms of a flaw. So it's interesting. And I'm curious to see how many, that's why I'm curious to see how many people got their Air Jordan 3 black cement pairs, if they noticed that flaw in theirs. Did they notice that? I saw it when I looked at this. I just went, did a double take, but you can definitely see, like, if you look in the comparison of the Air Jordan 3 Fire Red, in terms of the Air Jordan logo, even my Alma Mayer and the Tinker Hatfield, I've never seen that much of a difference. So you can tell that the pairs were made have been, I think they were rushed. If I'm not mistaken, these pairs were made, the production sticker you'll see right here. I think these are made kind of like in May, April of this year. So for them to have to make a certain amount of pairs to meet a certain amount of sales by the end of this year, and from what I understand, I'm not sure if this is true, is that they're making the production date closer to the actual sale execution date to avoid the whole early pairs, backdooring, things like that. So they're kind of making the production date closer to the actual release date versus making it a year in advance. And this way you may not see a bunch of people reviewing shoes 10 months in advance. You get what I'm saying? So I kind of get where Nike was going from there. But I think in doing that, that may have caused some quality control issues on certain pairs. So I'll be looking at a lot of people's YouTube videos after reviewing their own Air Jordan 3 Black Cement. But your boy, you know what? Despite all this, I am happy. I am satisfied to have an Air Jordan 3 Black Cement in the lineup, and I'll definitely be wearing these again during the holiday season, amongst other shoes. But this was one of my favorite pairs that I couldn't get, and I've been doing YouTube, at least sneaker YouTube, since 2017. So your boy is still excited, but he gets to have a laugh every single time he put these on, knowing that there are subtle flaws, but some people may or may not recognize. Comment below, man. Let me know what you think about the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement. Got to do that on feet for you guys. And comment below, man. Let me know. I really want to know if you see any flaws in your Air Jordan 3. If you got the shock drop pair. And don't forget, Air Jordan 3 Black Cement should be dropping this week, if I'm not mistaken. Right, actually next week, right before Thanksgiving. So, give you something to talk about during the holidays. But your boy Miltnificent, man. Air Jordan 3 Black Cement. Let's do that on feet. You guys, stay blessed.